Hi everyone, here's a roundup of the top news in Southeast Asia. My name is Angeline and this is the Daily Watch. Philippines Converge ICT Solutions plans to raise as much as $680 million in an initial public offering that will be the country's largest ever, encouraged by a coronavirus-spurred boom in demand for fiber broadband. The SEC confirmed reports of the IPO, noting that Converge ICT may offer almost 1.5 million shares at a maximum offer price of 24 pesos per share. This will be Philippines' biggest IPO since Robinsons Retail Holdings' public debut in 2013. The internet provider, which is banking on continued higher demand for online services as people study and work at home during the pandemic, is the fastest-growing fixed broadband operator in the country, capturing 59% of the total new fixed broadband subscriptions. They currently have 750,000 residential customers, mostly in and around the capital, Manila. Converge ICT is owned by Pampanga-based businessman Dennis Anthony Uy. It received a $225 million equity funding from private equity firm Warburg Pincus last year. In other news, Singapore plans to offer a one-off payment to encourage couples to have a baby during the coronavirus pandemic, fearing that the economic impact of the outbreak is worsening the city-state's already low birth rate. The value of the payment has not been announced, but it will be provided on top of current benefits under the existing baby bonus scheme, which pays out up to $7,330 per birth. Singapore has one of the lowest birth rates in the world. The country has struggled for decades to encourage more people to have children, offering cash grants, preschool subsidies, and even matchmaking tea dances as incentives. Data showing the impact of the pandemic on fertility is still emerging, but suggests a fall in birth rates in many wealthy countries and an increase in low or middle-income nations. Other countries in Southeast Asia are in fact preparing for a post-pandemic baby boom. In the Philippines, a joint estimate by the University of the Philippines Population Institute and the United Nations Population Fund suggested the country's strictly enforced lockdown earlier this year could lead to the highest number of births in 2 decades. In more Singapore news, Changi Airport, the world's best airport for the 8th year in a row, has been severely affected by the COVID-19 global travel restrictions, as has most of the aviation industry. Compared to pre-pandemic times, the airport is now serving just 1.5% of its usual passenger volume and 17% of the total number of flights. The airport is the home base for Singapore Airlines, which is getting particularly creative these days. To help stave off the worst of the crisis, the airline has come up with innovative ways to help generate revenue. One of them is flights to nowhere, which are 3-hour sightseeing trips that will both take off from and land at the Changi Airport. This, however, has been scrapped after conducting a market study and a review that looked into factors such as environmental implications and financial viability. Instead, SIA has turned an A380 Super Jumbo jet into a pop-up restaurant, which will be open for 2 nights on October 24th and 25th. Other initiatives include a tour of SIA's training facilities and home delivery of meals from its first class and business class menus. Beyond the airline's efforts, Changi Airport has opened its lounges for people working remotely. That's it for today. If you liked today's video or learned anything new, press the like button. Subscribe and get the latest news from the Daily Watch. See you next time!